The first Monday of the month. I feel like I just said that. January flew by. I'm okay with that. I've been saying it's going to be a rapidly moving year. Are y'all feeling that already? Yeah? Good. All right, let's do this. Okay, so it is the first of the month. I do want to talk about some things, do a little housekeeping, get you up to speed before we get into today's reading. So first of all, I want y'all to see that beautiful gal with the blue hair. Her name is Haley. Everybody wave at Haley. Haley is the newest addition to Team Valorie. Yay! So I now have two assistants, Jacqueline and Haley will be helping out Jacqueline. So I'm so blessed for that. Second, I want to talk about some changes you may or may not have noticed already. All of my sites now lead to one destination. Woo woo. I hope that cuts down on some of the confusion and that you all are able to find me much more easier. It does not matter which website you put in. You can put in Rolling Unicorns of Coffee. You can put in Goddess with an Attitude. It all now leads to ValerieLewis.com. That's me, ValerieLewis.com. And I've got a new kind of facelift on the front page. So make sure you check that out. I will be continuing to update my website and update my offerings. But let's talk about February being Valentine's month. How many of y'all look forward to Valentine's and love? Not so much, maybe. Okay, but what if we could shift that? What if you could get Spirit's insight on love and what you might be wanting to do or shift or change in your romance? So I had a wild hair idea last couple of nights, and I just opened up love readings for this Thursday. So y'all going to need to jump on it really, really fast. I'm doing limited spots only. I only have 8 spots available. This Thursday, February 5th, get a 20-minute love reading from me. You can sign up. It's on my website. Jacqueline's going to drop a link here pretty soon. So make sure you check that out. This is also February 2nd. This is the day where I change my rates. I increase my rates. My rates will stay the same until midnight tonight. This is your last chance to book with me at my old rates. My old rates being $188 an hour if you want those hour-long one-on-one private sessions with me. As of tomorrow, they will go up to $350 an hour. So make sure you lock it in if you want to book now at my current rate. And if you book today, you still have 90 days out to schedule. So it's not like you have to have an immediate booking. You can book 2 or 3 at this price and spread them out over the next 3 months. So I did want to let you know about that. I also want to let you know that we are officially into February. This is the last month that I will be offering year ahead readings. So those year ahead readings will go through the end of February. Those are $144. Please take advantage of that. Also, I do want to mention, do not wait on these things because I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's only the 2nd. I'll just go schedule at some later time. I only have limited availabilities and these spots are filling up fast. Why do you only have limited availability? Oh, I'm so glad you asked because I'm going to be out of town in Denver for a whole week. So there is a whole week of February, which is already a very short month, where I will not be taking appointments. Plus, my normal appointments are condensed to only a couple of days availability. So if you want a session, please go take advantage of that and book now. I don't want you to miss out on the special pricing, on the lower prices, on the specials that I'm running because you're waiting, because you're thinking it'll be ready later. It probably will not be there later. So I do want to let you know that. And I think we have run through everything that I wanted to keep you up to date on. As always, I have events going on that you can check out on Meetup. I have a few events going on that you can check out on Meetup. Other things I wanted to mention is big shifts are happening in my business. And I am so excited to be able to have new offerings and things that I believe will truly benefit you. And I will start offering those very soon, just new levels, new insights I'm receiving. Keep an eye on that as I continue to restructure and rebuild my business and my offerings to serve you better. But don't sleep on those offers that are already out there. Make sure you're jumping on those. Very, very limited availability. Okay, so let's get into what you all came here for today. This is Magical Monday Manifestations. Hi, I'm Valorie Lewis. I am your Psychic for the hour. I am a psychic, a medium. I also read Tarot and Oracle. Today we're going to do Tarot cards for the week, and then we're also going to pull some Oracle cards for the week. I invite you to take a deep breath, get settled in, think about what your intentions are for this week. Think about any questions you might be having. Gently hold those questions for just a moment to bring clarity and focus to those questions. And then I want you to let them go like dandelion puffs in the wind. Just let them go. Send them up to Source, God, Spirit. You cannot hold a question and receive an answer in the same energy. You have to shift out of asking mode and into receiving mode. So I hope you all are gently shifting into receiving mode for the purposes of today's reading. As I mentioned, we'll do Tarot first and then Oracle, and then as time permits towards the end, we'll have time to do some quick hits, some one-card pulls for select audience members, and then after we do that, we'll wrap everything up with an energy activation, which is just a chance for us to take in all of the messages that are received today and hold that energy so it benefits us throughout the week. All right. Let me get settled in. Let's get started. The chat's on fire. I fucking love it. What's y'all's energy like? What is the name of the song? Magical Money Manifestation. Somebody wrote that song specifically for this gathering. Let's see. I just want to scroll through real quick to see if there's anything jumping out at me over in the chat. There is not. What's y'all's energy like? Put that over in the chat for me. Energy level 1 to 10. 10 being I'm ready to kick ass and take names. Is that the saying? I don't know. I'm a nonviolent person. Whatever that saying is. 10 being you are on fire, you are lit, you are ready to walk in your purpose. 1 being I don't even know how I got here. I'm barely functioning. All right, the deck that we're pulling from for Tarot, is the Gilded Tarot. The Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. Marchetti, is that how you say? Oh my God. You guys, I just looked at the cards. I pulled the cards. I have 5 cards. They're all turned over. I just looked at the cards. And this first card has deep meaning for me. So I'm a little emotional. I fucking love it. First card is the Magician. I just decided over the last couple of days to restructure my business around this archetype, helping people find their own inner magician. So the fact that this is showing up for us as the first card is definitely a message from Spirit to me on a personal level that I'm pointed in the right direction with those ideas. But let's talk about what this card means for the collective. And also, I hope y'all got a little bit excited when I said I can help you find your inner magician, because that's what I'm all about. What this means for the collective. Let's talk about magician energy. So many things I love about this card. First of all, in the Tarot, there's a major arcana. Y'all have heard me talk about this before. The major arcana is the Fool's Journey or the Hero's Journey. It's the same story arc that every blockbuster movie takes. You take someone from their beginning through all of the machinations where they're learning their life lessons, they're shifting, they're changing into the hero. This is not a uncommon or a new to us just because it's in the framework of Tarot's story. This is a story that has been told throughout time in every epic novel and every blockbuster movie in your own life. So I really, really love The Magician. The other thing I like about how it is put into the Tarot framework is 0 represents us, the Fool, as we embark on life's journey. The very first archetype we meet, the very first person with a lesson for us that is going to help guide us through our life is card number 1, the Magician. The first person out the box that we meet is this energy. I often like to think of it also as this is our first message coming out of the womb from Spirit to us, whether we consciously understand it or not. And the message is you have everything you need to navigate this life, and not just navigate it, but to create it in a way that is most pleasing to you. You are the magician. The magician shows up in traditional Tarot behind a table with all of the tools available to him, the tools from the minor arcana. We can see them floating here in this depiction. We have cup, wand, sword, and pentacles, all of his tools. And we also have, look at that swirl of ethos or cosmos, the magic. Almost always there's a depiction of the infinity sign on the magician card, showing us that possibilities are infinite. How many of you, I'm asking for honesty here, not just let me put my hand up because Valorie is asking this question. How many of you truly feel infinite possibilities in your life and truly feel like I have access to that? I can do anything I want, not logically know it, but see it in your life. I see a lot of hands up. That is great. That is great. How many of you are picking up those tools on a daily basis, using them to create your life in a way that is pleasing and specific to you? That is magician energy. Sometimes we don't know where those tools are. Sometimes it feels like those tools are not working, but this is the energy that Spirit is asking us to step into. Spirit is reminding you, you have everything you need within yourself to navigate this world. Another thing I like about the magician is traditionally the magician stands with one hand up and one hand pointed through the earth, and we are to understand that he is a magical conduit for energies. He takes things from thought form, he takes messages from spirit, he takes the etherical, the non-tangible, it channels through him and he pushes it out into the world. He grounds it into physical reality so that he can make use of that. A thought becomes a creation. A gift from the divine becomes something that you can share with others. Are you being a conduit for that flow of divine energy? Or are you blocking it somehow? Does it come in and just get tangled up and it never makes it into physical manifestation? Do you have trouble manifesting the life of your dreams? He is here to help you. The magician, he, she, it. It's non-discriminate in the tarot. This energy is here to help you this week at the beginning of this month. So I feel like this energy might even be the month energy to tune into, to help you truly design your life the way you say you want to design your life. You say you have magician power. You say you know this. I ask you then, is everything in your life looking exactly the way you want it to look? If you're human, probably not. You probably like me. I know I'm a fucking magician. But also sometimes I'll be tapping on that wand because it seems like it's not working the way it's supposed to work. So this energy is coming in to say, if your life is not manifesting, if you got some bumps in the road, if you got some things you wish were a little bit better, were a little bit changed, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the thought. I don't know why that came into my mind. Stop what you're doing, focus on yourself, settle in, and find that inner magician energy. Tap into that. The wisdom is there, the guidance is there, the tools are there. You just keep looking for it in all the places that it's not. Tap into it right here before you start planning out your week, before you start planning out your month. Magician energy. Is there anything else you want us to know about this card, Spirit? There is. One moment. I don't know what it is, though. Let's see. What do we need to know? Keywords: wisdom, skill, adaptation, originality, self-confidence. The other thing that I'm getting is sometimes on the magician card, there's a caduceus. I think I'm saying that word correctly. The snakes around the center, it's a medical, well, now we use it as a medical time. And the idea of healing came up also with the magician, using your magician powers to create, enact, enable healing over your life. This could be physical healing, this could be emotional healing, this could be healing in a more general, broad term, but also that healing energy under the wings of the magician is also coming to us this week. All right. Great start with that magician card. Second, Five of Cups. Five of Cups. This energy is where I feel like Spirit is saying, this is where I want you to be, but this might be where you currently are. Five of Cups is the energy of emotional challenges, emotional unrest. What's causing this is he's facing a conflict and he's looking at the conflict instead of looking for the solution. 5 of Cups. Fives represent challenges in the tarot. Cups represent water, energy, emotions, intuition. Ooh, this could also be representative of those who say, I feel like I'm blocked. I feel like my spirit guides are not talking to me. Do you have blocks or restrictions or something getting in the way of your connection to spirit, your intuition? Because that would fall under water too. I keep looking for a guidebook and I don't have any of my guidebooks down here. So let me tune in because I feel like there's an extra message from spirit about this card. 5 of Cups. I'm getting the phrase, stop crying over spilt milk. Like, okay, the milk spills, it's our human tendency to look at it, assess the situation, but we're not supposed to be sitting there staring at all of the things that have spilled. Some of us have been looking at that spilt milk so long that it's cheese, that it's curdled. It's not even milk anymore. Like, move on. That's the message from spirit. Move on. Let go of whatever that thing is, because here's the thing, when we have emotionally upsetting moments, those moments are meant to be gifts from spirit to say, hey, you're off course. You're not looking at this situation the way I would look at it. I understand you're human. Go ahead and take your human moment. But this is a key to show you you are not in alignment with how spirit is perceiving this moment. So take this as a guidance. Don't take this as I need to sit over here and wallow in this emotion and examine it from every angle. No, you need to feel it and say, okay, thank you, spirit. Now let me self-correct back into the joy that I came here to experience. So spending too much time in those emotions that are not in alignment is what spirit wants us to stop doing this week, because there is so much waiting for you. Look at these golden upright cups that is in alignment that you can't see because you're too busy having a pity party. Another 5 of Swords. So maybe this is you. Maybe you're like, no, that's not me. I'm pretty good with my emotions. I'm processing through those really good. But God, I got this thought that just keeps running in my head like a hamster on a wheel, and I just can't shake it. Or I've got this limiting belief that I keep thinking it's gone and then it keeps showing up. Or I've got this pattern in my life. All of those things I just described would fall under the suit of swords, because all of those things are internally created by the thoughts and beliefs that we hold. Swords, air energy, thought, communication, thought meaning the thoughts that we hold about ourselves, communication, how do we communicate those thoughts to ourselves and to the world. So swords also talks about self-talk. Swords talks about how we present ourselves to the world. I saw a post on social media this morning that said people who go through the world saying, I'm not good at math, or that's just how I am, or I'm not a morning person. You say those in cute ways to self-identify with others or to let other people know what your perceptions are. But by saying those things, you are automatically limiting your potential. And you think it's minimal. You think that doesn't really matter. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is the year that spirit is like, do y'all want me to keep telling you real nice that you might want to work on something? Or do you want me to get in your ass so you can finally change the things that you said you wanted to change? Because spirit is getting in our ass this year. Spirit is shaking things up. Spirit is not going to be so nice this year, not because spirit is not nice, but because we ask for it. We keep asking for big shifts and big changes, and we look out into the world and we say, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Everything needs to change when I look out into the world. And then we say, I'm willing to change this much. I'm willing to do this one thing this week. And spirit is like, that's what we did before. That's what we did before. But right now, if you want to be in alignment with what you are asking for, we need you to really wake up. I'm going to stop sugarcoating stuff. That's how messages have been coming to me. And that's how I feel like the messages are coming to the collective is I have walked you through these changes and these shifts with the training wheels, with the bumpers in place, with the arm floaties. I've gotten you here. And now, as we enter this year of massive, rapid change, I need you to drop the arm floaties. I need you to take off the bumper rails. I need you to take off the, what do you call them things? The training wheels, because you're ready. This is not punishment. You're ready. You are ready to do the things it takes to enact the change you say you want. And in order to do that, you've got to quickly and effectively get out of your own damn way. And here are the two ways this week that Spirit is highlighting that we are in our own way. Our emotions, cups, our thoughts, swords. Fives are challenges and opportunities. So now that Spirit has shown you where your challenges are, your opportunity is to stand up and make a decision. I'm going to change. I'm going to release. I'm not going to sit and wallow in my emotions. I'm also not going to continue to let those recurring thoughts hold me back, those limiting beliefs, those statements I make about my life hold me back. And this week, today, I'm going to do something about it. I'm not just going to think about it. I'm not just going to say I'm doing something about it. I'm going to change my actions and how I walk in this world so that I can be more in alignment with the things that I said I want. Wow, Spirit, thank you. Thank you. Next up, Two of Pentacles. And if we do those things, what does it bring us? Tangible results. Pentacles, earth energy, the things that we can see, touch, taste, feel, the tangibly manifested things in our world are represented by pentacles. Pentacles also is anything you place value upon in this world. So Pentacles often talks about money issues, career, job, finance, but it also talks about relationships, those tangible people in our world that we feel like we can't live without, that are so valuable and so key to our journey here. All of that can fall up under the Pentacles. And right now we have the Two of Pentacles. So we started out with remember who the fuck you are. We moved into these might be the things this week that are most at the top of your list, holding you back from you remembering who you are. And once you do remember who you are and start acting like the fucking magician, then we're in this energy. The Two of Pentacles is asking us to find balance. It's almost a lower, not lower, a day-to-day version of the magician. Because one of the things that he's finding balance with is the balance between the spiritual, the magical, and the tangible. That's how I'm seeing this. Those are floating in the air. This one he's holding in his hand. Two of Pentacles. How can you find that balance between the mystical, the magical, and put it here into real world terms? Kind of like what the magician is doing. The magician is doing it on a big scale. Everything in our life, the magician is about embodiment. This is about how can you apply that energy in practical ways in your life this week? How can you find that balance between the mystical, magical, and the tangible manifested? For many of you, the additional message that I'm hearing from the Two of Pentacles is that you are way too far into this physically manifested world because there are so many demands in today's world saying, look over here, pay attention. From ads to the news to friends groups, everything is vying for your attention. And that has a way of sucking us down into the physical, where we get so rooted in the physical that we believe the reality we see is the reality that is. And we forget about our magical properties. We forget about our magical powers. We forget that if I'm sick, I can heal myself. We forget that if I'm struggling, I can call in my spirit guides. This is your reminder. Add some magic to your life. Remember, you are the magician. What needs to shift? What needs to change? And how can you add a spiritual aspect, maybe even just a spiritual belief to help you more navigate this physically manifested world. Two of Pentacles, finding that balance so that your physically manifested world is more pleasing. So, towards the end of the week, after we've kind of rooted out some things that might be holding us back, towards the end of the week, we have that Two of Pentacles asking us to find balance. No, no, no. Ooh, Spirit is continually correcting the speech I use. Spirit said, I didn't say ask you to find balance. I said find your balance. Oh, okay, Spirit. Okay. There's not a lot of asking and maybe and hoping and wishing and you should and suggestions. I feel Spirit moving out of the suggestion field and into the you asked me to tell you. And now I'm telling you. It's up to you to take the action. I'm not going to ask you if you want to find balance. I'm going to tell you balance is what you need to find if you want the things you say you want this week. So, when we find our balance, I corrected it. When we find our balance later in the week, what is the result of us finding our balance? Eight of Pentacles. 8, number of abundance. 8, turn it sideways, number of infinite possibilities. 8, I love the number 8. And we have 8 of Pentacles, same suit. So we're talking about physically manifested things. We're not talking about walking through this week and just feeling better. Although, pause. If you would let feeling better be enough, your entire life would shift in the matter of a week. But that's never enough for us. I don't want to just feel good. I want to feel good and get dick. I want to feel good and drive the Ferrari. I want to feel good and. So, this is the and. Spirit is like, I hear you. This is Pentacles. So this is about tangible results, taking the lessons of the week into account, moving ourselves into alignment with the lessons of the week, not just cognitively knowing them, but moving into alignment with those lessons. At the end of the week, we can look for this 8 of Pentacles energy being ours. 8 of Pentacles is not someone who is making his very first ever manifestation. It's someone who is long, look at the cobwebs. It's someone who is far along their path of manifestation, and now they're just in the refining work. This person knows how to manifest the lover, the money, the whatever. And he's saying, I can do better. Let me refine this. Who wants to be in that energy? Who wants to have that knowing? Who wants to stop starting at square one and feeling like they have to create something out of clay? But who wants to be able to say, no, I've got a whole wall full of pots. Right now, what I'm working on is just refinement. I want this pot to have a handle. I want this one to have a longer neck. I'm just working on refinement, but I got my manifestation game down. That's the energy that's waiting for you at the end of this week, provided you take into account all of the messages that came before it with the tarot. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. Just want to see if there's any notes over there in the chat. Let's move on. And I'm going to move into, I have my numerology deck here, and it's just called numerology guidance cards. I'm going to go directly to card number 8. I wonder what color it is because they're different colors. One moment. Oh, it's pretty. 8 is pink. And we're in February. It kind of matches our month. There we go. There you can see it with the Merkaba. Manifestation. We ended on the 8 of Pentacles. We're going to go straight to 8. We started with the Magician, which also with the infinity sign laid on its side also has an 8 in it. So let's see, manifestation. This card indicates a need to acknowledge the power of your mind and your ability to manifest your desires. You are being urged to familiarize yourself with the law of attraction and clarify your wants and needs. clarify, clarity. You need help on clarifying your wants and needs? Book a session. I can help you. That's me. I'm really good at helping you find clarity. You have entered a powerful cycle of divine manifestation, provided that your dreams serve the greater good, as well as the intention of your soul. The universe will assist you in making them come true. So provided that your dreams and your wishes, hopes, dreams, aspirations are all for the highest and best good, either for yourself or for the whole, this is the universe's promise to you this week. I will assist you in making them come true. By drawing this card, you are being reminded that successful manifestation requires more than just positive and wishful thinking. You must also surrender the outcome to the divine and detach from the results. I've talked about this a million times. This is not saying I want money, but I'm not supposed to ask for that. So just whatever you decide, I'm just going to surrender. Nope, nope, no, that's not surrendering. Surrendering means I want this thing. I am focused. I am clear in what I want, and I am surrendering the how. I am not dictating that it come in a specific package on a certain day at a specific time, delivered by the sexiest Amazon man ever. I'm not demanding that the how shows up the way I want it. I am saying this thing I want, I will surrender the how. I will let you orchestrate how that materializes into my life. That's where your surrender is. Remember that the law of attraction works both ways, so pay attention to your doubts, your worries, and your fears, because spirit, the law of attraction, the universe will manifest those too. Many of y'all are getting those right now. So many, so many. I want you to stop for a minute and congratulate yourself on the life you have manifested. And you're like, I didn't manifest this shit. I didn't choose losing my job. Like, yes, you did. I don't know how you did, but I could spend 30 minutes with you and trace you right back to when you did. So congratulate yourself on that, though. Let's flip it on its head. If you have something in your life that is undesirable, congratulate yourself on your manifestation powers and make a vow, an agreement, a contract, a promise to yourself that now that I know I'm a powerful manifester, now I'm going to start manifesting the shit I actually want instead of the stuff I don't want. But I'm never going to put myself in a position where I say I can't manifest or I don't know what I'm doing. I'm always from this point forward going to claim that I can manifest, and it's my job to figure out how do I manifest with more clarity and bring about the things I actually want and desire in my life. So remember, the law of attraction works both ways, so pay attention to your doubts, worries, and fears and monitor your negative thoughts. Then focus predominantly on what you want rather than what you fear or don't want. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are leading you towards a time of manifestation. By making peace with your life as it is today and appreciating what you already have, gratitude, you will create the life you've always imagined. And here's the affirmation. I use my thoughts to make my dreams come true. So that's card number 8, manifestation from numerology. And let's see, what other deck? Spirit, what's our next deck? Yep, I hear you. Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. What message do you have to us about getting our shit together? What message do you have for us that it will help us manifest our life, that will help us step into the magician role in our own lives? Spirit. Mystic Sisters, and we have pulled Dryads. Dryads card. There we go. I watched a part of it. This is reminding me of fractal art, fractals. I watched a very short portion of a documentary that talked about fractals and their spiritual meaning. Fascinating. I won't go into it. I'm just dropping that. If you want to Google it, Google it. Fractals and spirituality. Anyway, this image itself has a lot of fractals in it. Dryads. Let's see what this message is. The words are wisdom and grounding. Can y'all already tell how this correlates to our magician that we pulled first? Wisdom and grounding. Dryads are female nature spirits who preside over groves and forests. Each tree in the forest has a dryad as a protector. And when a tree dies, its dryad guardian dies with it. When you walk through a forest or garden, you may notice certain elemental beings or nature spirits call out to you to come closer, and other voices are forbidding and you naturally stay away. This is a high frequency form of communication that those who spend time in nature know very well. Spending time outdoors improves focus, reduces stress, and accelerates healing both physically and spiritually. This card is a reminder to get some fresh air, fall in love with a tree, bask under its shade, make connection, and listen to the wisdom of the tree sisters. I need to take that advice myself. Y'all know, well, if you've been hanging out with me long enough, y'all know I talk to trees, communicate with trees. And when it was talking about some listening to nature and some things you just naturally feel like I shouldn't go there, and other things you feel naturally drawn to, I had a tree. It was actually the first tree I ever communicated with. Was it the first tree? It was the first or the second tree I ever communicated with. And it was a grumpy old man. And at the time, I had a dog, and my dog loved peeing near this tree, which means I was always in constant communication with this tree. And there was just this energy. It felt like somebody who would like sit on their porch and yell at you to get across the street, like not just get out of their yard, but get across the street. And so I finally had a conversation with this tree and figured out why he was so grumpy. And it was a beautiful situation. But reading that about dryads is reminding me how important that connection with nature is, and how even nature in its grumpiness has messages and lessons. That one for me was a lesson of compassion. Once I learned why that tree was angry, I felt so much compassion in my heart for all of the things the humans have done to that tree over the years. So it was definitely a lesson of compassion. So, what can nature teach you this week? If you put yourself in nature, what can nature teach you this week? I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet. Going to teach you about abundance for sure, because we just pulled that 8 card about manifesting. We pulled that 8 of Pentacles about abundance. So go out in nature and see if whatever. Here's something better. Here's something better. This is straight from spirit. This is a download. Whatever you feel you are lacking in your life, remember the magician card. It's not lacking. Whatever you feel you are lacking in your life, lack of skill, lack of connection, whatever that is, put yourself in nature and let nature show you where that is in your life. It's there, I promise you. And nature is going to, this week, nature is going to show you where it is. Nature is going to help you uncover it. So if I said, I like connection, and then I go out in nature and all of a sudden I feel compassion, okay, that's my lesson for the week. Maybe what I needed was compassion to more deeply connect with others. You see where I'm going with that? Whatever lesson nature teaches you this week is the lesson you need to remind you that you have what you need, to remind you where those tools lie within. Okay, let's see. Anybody new here? Is this anybody's first time? I see some new to me names. If it's your first time, go ahead and put that over in chat. I love knowing that as well. I think I just messed my view up. There we go. Where are we at on time? We're doing okay. Spirit, what else do you want us to know? Sacred Rebels by Alana Fairchild. I love Alana Fairchild's decks, and we're going to Sacred Rebels. much do you need us to know, Spirit, this week that will most benefit us in manifesting the lives that we want? Oop, that card jumped out. Restore and replenish, another picture of someone in nature. Restore and replenish. Card number 38. You are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This will not necessarily come from lying about somewhere, taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You are more likely to gain what you need by breaking with your routine completely and doing something different. You need some variety, some spice, some change to bring fresh energy into your body, mind, and heart. You need to restore and revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. You can stimulate this process by going to a different place, maybe out in nature, meeting different people, and taking different action to what you would usually do. You can return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you. However, it is now time to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's several pages long, but I feel like we got the important part out of that message. Shake up your regular routine, do something different. This part where it said, revive yourself by changing the usual flow of energy through your being. Quick trick. I learned this a long time ago in one of these online meetings that I came to. If you want to change the flow of energy through your life, through your body, did you know that you only breathe in one nostril at a time? Think about it. Really focus. See which nostril you're breathing into right now. Whichever nostril that is, plug it up and breathe through the opposite nostril. That shifts the energy flow through your body. It resituates yourself. I heard that if you're breathing through the left nostril, your feminine energy, and if you want to switch to male energy, that it also helps with balancing divine feminine and divine masculine within you. That's where I learned that from, but I found that even if I'm not focusing on divine feminine, divine masculine, it can shift the flow of energy through my body, just that simple trick. Another one, if you're not keen on sticking your finger up your nose, just do some mouth breathing instead of nose breathing for a couple of minutes. Do anything that is going to shift how energy moves through your body. All right, so that's what I have. Let's move into the one card readings. And if you would like a one card reading, go ahead and put over in the chat, pick me. We will pick them at random. I'm going to pick the first one, Sienna. I hope I'm saying that right. Sienna Gonzalez. I see you saying pick me. I'll do the first one, and then Haley, I'm going to look at you to tell me the next ones. Which deck? Let's go with, I'm going to go to a completely new deck. Oh, I didn't think I would get emotional. That I haven't pulled from before. This was gifted to me by a friend that crossed over last year, and I just remembered social media, there was a post about it, that today is the day that he actually crossed over. And I realized that I connected the dots after I pulled this deck as one of the decks to pull from. So thank you, Dev. Dev, for those of you that know Dev, this deck was from Dev. And so I'm going to pull the one card pulls from this deck. I have never pulled from this deck before because it's a slightly different version of the tarot. It's the Hermetic Tarot. So Sierra, Four of Wands. I do like this deck. I want to be more familiar with it because I was just saying the other day I want to learn the astrological correspondences for all of the cards. And this has it right there on the card. Four of Wands. Four of Wands in general is that idea of stability coming to your fire energy. Four being the card or the number of stability as I read it. I think of a four-legged table or chair being more stable than a three-legged stool or table. So Four of Wands, stability, wands, that fire energy, your inspiration, your creativity, what lights you up inside. Look for more stability coming to that area of your life. All right. Who's up next?
Next is Allie.
Allie. Allie, Queen of Wands. We're staying with fire energy. Y'all that know me know that the Queen of Wands is my favorite queen. She's the witch of the tarot. If any of the queens were a witch, she would be the witch. She's got a fucking black cat on her card. She holds a wand. She's all magic, all fire. This is the energy that Spirit is saying will most benefit you this week. Where is your inner queen? Where is that fire energy? What do you want to wave your wand over this week? That's for you. Go ahead.
Next is Rosalie.
Rosalie, hey. Okay. Rosalie. Another four. Four of swords this time. Swords, air energy, thoughts, communication. This is you finding stability in that area. So this, Rosalie, for you, look for, it feels like, I'm feeling into your energy because I know you a little bit, Rosalie. And what I'm feeling into, you can put it over in chat. Let me know if this is right or not. I'm trying to see the screen. Let me see if I can see y'all and still say highlighted because I want to see. Rosalie's on screen. Okay, I'm trying to see it because you'll tell me. I can tell by your face if this is true or not. The weeks leading up to this may have felt like there was a lot of thoughts coming to you, whether it's inspiration or creativity, and they were just kind of bouncing and pinging off each other. Then there was a lot. It just felt like a lot. This card, this Four of Swords, is Spirit saying to you, those things are going to start to find their bucket. It's going to start to feel more organized and more sorted and more stable in what's going on in your thought. A reminder to you is still take action, whether it's confusing or not, for whatever's going on for you in your life right now, Rosalie. I'm hearing a very strong message of take action. We'll help you organize the thoughts, but don't wait until they're all organized to take action, for whatever that's worth. All right, who's next? I think we have time for one. Oh, we got time for a couple more before we do the activation.
Next is Tristan.
Tristan, hi Tristan. Tristan has, I'm going to tell you what it is, but then I'm going to reshuffle because maybe I didn't shuffle good enough. Four of Wands again is what I pulled for you, Tristan. But let me reshuffle. I want to make sure I get a clean card pulled for you. Wouldn't that be funny if we got Four of Wands again? And Spirit will be like, I said what I said. Spirit's not saying that. Here's your card. The High Priestess. Tristan, the High Priestess. The High Priestess, even though this is a divine feminine representation, she is the most intuitive lady in the entire tarot, in my opinion, which means do kids still say on fleek? Your intuition is going to be on fleek this week. It's going to be lit. Look for you being able to receive and understand with higher clarity messages and intuitive hits that come to you. It is your mission, should you choose to accept it, to trust them more than ever, because I'm hearing you may or may not always trust your intuition. This is the High Priestess coming in saying, I've got messages for you. I need you to trust them. All right, let's do one more.
Okay, next is Tina.
Tina. Shuffling real good, y'all. Hi, Tina. Tina has been rocking with us for years, every Monday. Thank you, Tina. Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Three, the card of community, Cups. I'm getting love. I'm getting love energy. So Cups is water energy. It can signify emotions, also intuition. I get a strong hit on love in community. This is like reconnecting with friends group. It doesn't have to be romantic. Reconnecting with friends groups, whatever that is that makes you feel loved and also gives you an opportunity to pour love out to others, because it's that idea of reciprocal community shared love. But that's going to be really important for you this week. So If you've been feeling disconnected, reconnect this week. It's going to be really helpful for you. I said one more. Where are we at? Let's do another. We can do maybe a couple more. Go ahead.
Okay, next is Donna.
Donna, Ace of Wands. Man, that's a lot of fire energy. Ace of Wands, fresh, new start, new beginnings. It's a one. Here you can see the hand, maybe you can, the hand handing you the wand. Who is this hand? Generally, usually I say this is the divine gifting you something in the realm. I'm not him. I'm not feeling that this time. Spirit specifically said for you. This is not me handing you something. This is your inner self handing you the flame. This is your inner self striking a match. So look within for that Ace of Wands, that fresh new start, that new beginning, that inspiration, that creativity. Spirit is telling me that you've already got it, but you've dismissed it for one reason or another. I don't have enough time. That's a harebrained idea. That's impossible. It's time to start listening to that. It's time to start listening to that this week. Okay, now we're going to move. Now we're going to move into the activation. I bet y'all can guess. Can y'all guess what we're going to activate? We're going to activate that magician energy. We're going to remind ourselves who we truly are. So I invite you to take a deep breath in, and a slow exhale. Gently close your eyes if that feels good for you. Just allow yourself to be open and receiving to the energy stream that is going to come down to you. And I want you to call in your own energy. I will be calling it in for the collective, but I want you to individually call in that stream of energy that is specially curated for you. So feel that connection with Source, God, the universe. See that as a light beam streaming down to you from the cosmos, through the ether, directly down to you into your crown center. And this energy has the energy of activation, of lighting a fire within you, the energy of initiation, the energy of remembrance is pouring through your crown chakra. It is entering your brain, your thoughts. It is finding and shining light on all of those things that are magical about yourself that you have forgotten. It is bringing them to the light. It is reminding them, reminding you, you are the magician of your own life. And that light, that energy is streaming down even further. It's pulling that remembrance down into your heart center. It's helping you embody this magician energy. It's helping you embody who you truly are. It's moving down even further through your solar plexus, activating your sacral, where your inspiration, creativity lives, lighting that fire within you. The stream of energy is moving down even further into your root chakra. Let's make this permanent. Let's situate this energy, this stream, this feeling, this remembering deep into my root chakra. Let me feel stable in this energy. Let this be the source that I operate from. Let me truly embody this feeling of being my own magician. And then feel that energy moving throughout your entire body. And now what it's doing is it is clearing away anything that is in resistance to the magical being that you truly are. It's shaking loose those limiting beliefs and carrying them away. Shaking loose any doubts and fears and evaporating them. Let this energy flow into you, envelop you, wrap around you, and show you what your new highest path, and best set point is. You can tap into this energy stream as often or as much as you like throughout this week, throughout your life. Go back and listen to this recording on YouTube if it suits you. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. Open your eyes back up. You're all magicians. Whoop, whoop. Now let's make this week magical and manifest those things that we said we truly want. Thank you all so much. I'll see you back next week. Have a great week. Bye, everyone.